Happening this weekend, Special Olympics Oregon kicks off their summer state games back after a 7-year hiatus.
That's right, they're back. The games running from Friday through Sunday at Oregon State University's campus in Corvallis. And this year, for the event's big return, Special Olympics Oregon partnering with the Live Heads Up Foundation. So joining us now with the preview of those summer state games. How good is that to say? We have the CEO, Britt Owes, here. We also have Chris Love Dudley, the founder of Live Heads Up Foundation. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
How awesome is it? I mean, this has been a target for you for so many years, but the summer state games are back. What does that mean?
Well, we've spent a lot of time with you guys over the last few years
Absolutely.
talking about this build back, and we are beyond excited. We'll have over 1,000 athletes, almost 1,000 day of event volunteers, 300 coaches, 4 sports happening down in Corvallis, and our athletes are just beyond excited. It's thrilling.
Yeah, it's going to be just such a fun time to get to bring everyone together for some of those team competitions again. There's nothing quite like it. So tell us about some of the things happening this weekend, Brett.
Yeah, we've got athletes from all over the state. So every county will be sending a delegation to Corvallis. We've got softball, track and field, bocce, golf. Our athlete leaders will be there. There's, of course, a Special Olympics dance because our events always have a dance. There will be an opening ceremony. There's just a ton of fun activities. And we're super excited about a new collab that we have with Live Heads Up.
Yeah, let's talk about it, Chris. So for those that don't know, what is the mission? What is the purpose behind Live Heads Up?
Well, I think it's kind of safe to assume that most people know we've been living in such a heads down time for too long.
Yeah.
And so there was a point where we just said, you know what? We got to start lifting our heads and we got to start seeing each other and seeing the world. And Britt is the great leader of an incredible organization of what the epitome of Live Heads Up is. So we like to work with and partner with and feature people like Britt and the Special Olympics, people that live heads up. So
That's
our whole thing
awesome.
is whoever exemplifies the brand, and that's definitely them. So we're super excited.
That's great.
So you got inspired to come on board, and you've partnered with Special Olympics Oregon to help with some of this cool stuff in the Olympic Village.
Yes.
I love that there's going to be an Olympic Village, too.
village.
Of course, for the games.
Takes a village.
Yeah,
It takes a
what
village,
do we have going in there?
Yeah, so there's all kinds of different activities. One of the things we're really excited to bring back is healthy athletes, so our athletes can stop in and get different screenings and make sure that their bodies are working right.
Great.
All fun games, activities. Our friends with law enforcement will have a booth there. A lot of our sponsors have activities going on, and so there's just a ton of stuff to do. So our athletes will be busy competing and on the field of play, and then there's always things for them to do in the meantime. And our friends at OSU provide just an unbelievable experience.
Yeah.
So we're thrilled.
That's great. Well, and with the excitement of it all coming back, and regardless of it being the summer state games, it can be the fall games, it can be regionals, and I was fortunate enough to be able to stop by one of the regionals this year. But the excitement and the energy, you talk about how that partners so well with Live Heads Up. Oh yeah, there you go. I didn't know we had these pictures queued up. Yeah, there we go. So that was earlier this year over at Mount Hood Community College during one of the regional games. It was so fun to be able to, give a couple of medals out there, some awards, but it really is a family. And you talk about that Live Heads Up and the energy and that support system for one another. It makes so much sense to have your organization out there.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, you look at them and you look at these athletes and they have the attitude we all should have. So I say, if you need a little inspiration, come out and see how we should be living.
And even if you don't directly know an athlete competing this weekend, how can other folks get involved and be part of the games?
You can still volunteer. Hop onto our website at soor.org. There's volunteer opportunities, and come be a fan.
Yeah.
Our athletes love to have people on the sidelines cheering for them, like anybody does. And so I promise, if you spend a couple of hours at the OSU campus, taking in your favorite sport and cheering for the athletes, I would be shocked if people don't just sign up to volunteer as a coach or a day of event volunteer going forward. It is beyond fun.
It's impossible to leave without a smile
and with your
head held high, which,
it
works so great to have you both working on this. It's going to be a fantastic weekend.
It is.
Thank you. We're super excited.
Thank you for your support. You guys have
absolutely.
been our biggest fans for a long time, and we love you for it.
I mean, it's the mission that's the reason why.
Yeah.
If it weren't for the mission, the way you go about your business and the way the athletes are taken care of, it means the world. So It's so cool to see the Summer State Games back. Don't you
you.
cry on me. I see
know.
that. I see that. All right, we'll cut the cameras before that happens. Britt and Chris, really appreciate your time.
We'll be
Thanks for
cheering
being
them
here.
on.
Thanks for having us.
And for more on Special Olympics Oregon, you can go to SOOR.org. They're still looking for those volunteers, like Britt mentioned. You can also email volunteer@SOOR.org to learn more. And check out the Live Heads Up Foundation. Go to liveheadsup.org.
All right.